Well, thanks for joining me for another review. Today I've got a beer from the Wantsum Brewery, and it is their All Together, which is a worldwide collaboration part from the Other Half Brewing Company out of New York on the East Coast. So yeah, worldwide collaboration to support the hospitality professionals. I've actually already reviewed one of these series of beers, but this one's going to be the first one I release. So anyway, so we're all in this together, hosted by Other Half. So the Wantsum Brewery, they're out at St Nicholas at Wade, just up the road from me, and it's a collaboration with Northdown Brewery in Margate, which is again very close to where I live. I live sort of just south of that in Ramsgate. This is a double dry hopped India Pale Ale at 6.5% ABV, 440ml can. So they brewed and canned this. They canned it on the 15th of June of 2020, best by the 15th of December of 2020. So yeah, check out the artwork again. So this was actually very kindly given to me by Northdown Brewery. Kate touched base with me on social media and said, "Oh, would you like to give this a review and shout it out?" Yeah, of course. Felt a bit, I must admit, especially one of these beers that are for the hospitality professionals. I was quite willing to pay, for it, because they need as much help as anyone at the moment, for sure. Being the last kind of sector to open in the UK, of course. So what I did, they gave me this one, and a buddy of mine picked up another one. There's actually two can art designs for the same beer. So it's a thank you to all the amazing frontline key workers out there, supermarkets, NHS of course, delivery drivers, the whole all that whole area where people have just carried on doing their job, amazing risk, and just that's exactly what it says, thank you, innit? It's just they're just amazing people. I've got a lot of old friends as well that work in the supermarket retail industry, and I was there for 17 years until 5 years ago, and it's kind of like, yeah, anyway, let's not kind of dwell, let's get into this beer then, get the right can. So yeah, yeah, I love all that, it's awesome. Right, and again, thanks to Northdown for dropping me this round, as well as 3 other cans that will be coming up in a bit further down the line. But we're going to crack open to this one then. We have got some information here. I did try and pronounce, there's an interesting few bits and bats on this. So the ingredients: water, barley, oats, hops and yeast. So the hops are Mosaic, Simcoe, Citra and Cascade. And the malts are Pale, Oats, Carapils, and the yeast is American East Coast, which is Lallemand New England Yeast, which is, I believe that yeast strain is mainly what Canadian bakers use. Originally it comes out of Montreal in Canada. So just done a little bit of research and that's quite interesting. Anyway, I'm waffling away. Let's crack this beer open and then see what we get out of it. So yeah, type of breweries these guys are. Obviously I've done a few. I've never done a review from Northdown. I've had a few of their beers on cask. They're predominantly cask, Northdown, and so are the Wantsum Brewery. But they have been going into the kind of like sort of craft. I've actually reviewed 1 or 2 beers from them. The 5-a-day IPA, one recently, well, a couple of months back. So let's give us a tap. It's all the bubbles, of course, because I'm such an expert on cleaning glasses. So being a glass, it's actually quite a dark kind of looking beer. Didn't pour much of a head, perhaps half a finger of just off white head. It's got a slight kind of dark orange, almost, I mean, is it Carapils, I did say? Can't remember now. Carapils, yeah. So hazy, of course, it's brewed with oats. Gentle carbonation just running up the side of the beer. Let's give it a swirl. We'll get a sniff. I did actually get an aroma as soon as I popped the can, so. Yeah, definitely getting that kind of. There's a nice citrusy note, but then I think it's quite well balanced with Carapils and some of the other malts in that. It smells really juicy though, very kind of full on fruit. Grapefruit. There's a slight sweetness as well, but there's also a nice kind of bready, malty, caramel, biscuity kind of type malt going on. It smells nice though, it smells really juicy. It smells really good. So cheers to all the key workers out there. You are just amazing people. You should be on more money for sure than what you are. And thank you to Northdown and Kate for getting in contact and giving me this beer. Cheers. Wow, the ABV is hidden amazingly well. There is a slight, yeah, it's like a dried grapefruit juice, a bit of orange zest, biscuity bready malts. Not too crazy sweet. This is only 10 IBUs as well, incidentally, according to Untapped. It's sitting in front of me. So, beer's only had 6 ratings as well. There's 26 check-ins, 26 in the last 30 days, obviously, this month, and 6 ratings. So there's no kind of like overall score of this beer. So that's done all together already, so there's nothing to go on, if you like. So I'm just going to put my own 2 pence worth in. Not that I normally look at it before, but it's a nice beer, easy drinking. It's quite light. It's not absolutely crazy like some of this style of beer, the New England style. But it's very nice though for what for the beer and for the breweries as well. I mean they're predominantly cask breweries that have gone in and done this collaboration all together. New England IPA at 6.5, which I think is absolutely fantastic. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily expect it of certain breweries, should I say? I'm not trying to be kind of. But they do things like bitters, oatmeal stouts, English pale ales, English IPAs, bitters, that sort of thing. To go out there and get involved, and get on board with, hosted by Other Half, which is more of a kind of an American kind of craft brewery. I think it's fantastic. Fair play. I mean, that is really. It's almost like it's kind of crossing bridges, I'd say, with because there is generally 2 sides to or 3 sides. You got the mainstream in the middle, and then you got the cask, and then you got the craft. And they've thought, no, we're going to have some of this. I think fair play to you, something you wouldn't normally brew. Well, as I mentioned earlier, the Wantsum Brewery are starting to branch out into their craft brew range, so that's cool. But this is really nice. I'd say it's a little bit more maltier than what I'm kind of used to, I'd say, for the style. I mean, you can get that on the actual look of the beer. It's not one of them real bright orange kind of looking beers, but the flavours are there. There's a little bit of apricot and that sort of coming through now. Really nice beer. In terms of a rating then for me on this one, I'm going to give this beer a 3.75. So it's a 7.5 out of 10. I think that I've done a really nice little job on this. Yeah, I'm glad I got another can for sure. It was available on draft. They were doing like growler fills over the last few weeks. I know one or two of my friends have been kind of tucking into that. So, or it might have even been mini kegs. But yeah, anyway, not much else more to say about it. So again, thank you to Kate Northdown Brewery for getting in contact. Got a few more beers for them to come. I'm going to be opening this next one on Tuesday evening over on one of the Canadian guys. They're doing like an all together kind of, everyone's going to bring one from different brewery from wherever they're from. So you know, so we've got the Canadian beer tubes. I'll be joining them on Maxwell Star beer reviews. So check that out. And again, thanks to all you key workers out there. Without you, God, where would we be? Anyway, I'm going to clear off now. I'm starting to waffle. Thanks again, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers.